This video will walk you through what parents need to know about Google Classroom. What is Google Classroom? It's a learning management system that SPA will be using this year for student and faculty collaboration and communication. Students will have Google Classrooms set up for each of their academic classes as well as for some of their non-academic activities. Teachers will use it to share assignments, homework, resources, and more with students and with parents. Additionally, students will use it to ask teachers questions, to receive feedback, and to hand in their schoolwork. So how does my student access Google Classroom? First off, they need to be in their school provided Google account. Second, they need to go to classroom.google.com. Let me show you. Now that I'm logged in as a student, I can go to my upper right corner and find the Rubik's Cube, and from here I can click on Classroom. Keep in mind I am logged in with my @students.spa.edu Google account. Notice that students will have a variety of different tiles. Each of these represents something like an advisory or an academic class or another activity. I'm going to click on my demo rotation here. And from here, I have three different options. I have something called the stream. That's where teachers will post announcements. Parents get a copy of those as well. Whatever the teachers put in the description box, parents will see. There's also classwork. Classwork can have a variety of different things. On the left-hand side, we see various topics. In the center, we see kind of like a list of whatever the teacher is posting. And at the top, we have some other options. I'll walk you through each of these. So if you see an icon that looks like this, it's basically a piece of paper with a bookmark. That's a material. Materials aren't available to parents using your Guardian summaries, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Those are general resources that students use for class. Students will also see something that looks like a clipboard. A clipboard is an assignment. They might also see something that looks like a question, and those questions are questions posed to the class to which students respond. So again, these are all different assignment types or resources under classwork. Depending on the grade level, students will often use the Meet icon here to join a meet. If a teacher isn't available and a student clicks on Meet, this is what happens. So the link doesn't allow students to be in the room without the teacher. This gives us access to Google Calendar, and Google Calendar is one of those tools that we enable for students and that students sometimes they use paper planners. We'll be walking students through some basics for using this for academic progress. Also, they have access to their class Drive folder, so if I click on that, it takes me to Google Drive, it takes me to a folder called Classroom, and then it takes me to the specific class folder. So if I go back up a little bit, I can see I have a folder for each of the classes that I've been in, and if I go back to my rotation class, any attachments that my teachers have sent me will be here. So back in my Google Classroom, I also have a People tab. This will let me see whomever my teachers are and whomever my students are. The student has the ability to email individual teachers or students from here. Another feature of Google Classroom is the to-do list. To access the to-do list, you go to the upper left-hand corner and you go to that little hamburger menu and you can click on To Do. Students can also get there from Classes and To Do. Once you're here, you're able to see assigned work, missing work, and completed work. Note that when students have assignments, there's a button that says to either turn in, and that's used if there's an attachment, or to mark as done. If your student hasn't done that, work shows up as missing. If it's something that's not due yet, it shows up under assigned. Once a student has turned something in, they will see it marked under done. This is also where students would see scores if teachers are giving them score feedback in Google Classroom. And back to my main to-do list, I can click and see what's coming up under next week or later if teachers are putting in long-term assignments. Additionally, I can go to a different type of calendar that's specific to Google Classroom from here. And this calendar will show me whatever assignments I have coming up. So here's an example of a week where I had a lot of different assignments happening in my Google Classroom. So you can see that they're color-coded based on the class that the student is in. Students can also differentiate by going to this All Classes menu, and you can choose individual classes. All of these are clickable, and it will take you right to the assignment in that Google Classroom. This is an example of that Turnitin button. There's an attachment that was here. The student clicked Turn In, and when they turned it in, the teacher got the copy. Apparently, I was late when I turned this one in. I can also click Unsubmit if I need access to it and want to keep working. I can also go in, now that I've unsubmitted it, and add or create other documents or other attachments. And once I'm complete with it, I can click Turn In again. And then if I ever have a question that I want to ask my teacher about it, I can type that right here. That will give the teacher an email so that the teacher knows that this has happened, and the teacher can respond as well, and the student will get a notification. We do walk students through how to tweak their notifications. That'll be a separate video. Parents aren't able to access Google Classroom without using their student's account or sitting down with their student. We strongly suggest that you take the time to check in with your student and have them show you their progress in Google Classroom. Additionally, parents will be invited to opt into the Guardian Summaries. Guardian Summaries are daily or weekly emails from Google Classroom that share things like assignments and announcement information, as well as work completion status. So what's in a Guardian Summary? First off, missing work. If a student hasn't turned something in, if they haven't clicked the Turn In button, or if they haven't clicked the Mark as Complete button, their work will be showing as missing. Upcoming work. That's work that's due today or tomorrow for the daily emails, or if you opt into the weekly emails, work that's due in the coming week. Also class activities, announcements, assignments, and questions that are posted recently by teachers. If you don't see activity in that report, that generally means that there wasn't a change or an update, or that for some reason the teachers turned off email notifications. That might happen in a class like advisory. Before you begin with your Guardian Summaries, you should know that you can get email summaries sent to any email address, whether or not it's a Gmail account. That said, you'll have more options for customizing what they look like and how frequently you receive them if you're using a Google account. To get the Guardian Summary emails, you must accept the email invitation that's sent by the school. You'll have 120 days to accept that invitation before it expires. You can also unsubscribe from the summaries or remove yourself as a guardian at any time. So here's the process. Basically, you receive an invitation. In your email program, you open that email invitation. You click Accept, indicate whether or not you're the guardian, and Accept to confirm. Once you've gone through that application process, or acceptance process, I should say, both you and your student will receive an email confirmation. For more information, see your Division Technology Coordinator or this document from Google. Once you click on it, it will take you here, and you can get more details about managing your account, getting summaries, managing those summaries, and changing your email preferences and unsubscribing. Thank you, and let me know if you have more questions.